Well, I know I get criticized for a lot of things, and apparently I'm not okay with taking criticism. No, I have no issue with criticism. But I do wonder if people know what criticism is. I don't think they have a good definition or honestly don't know what it is. When I think of criticism, I think of Lionel Trilling, right? Noam Chomsky, George Orwell. That's what a critic would be. Roger Ebert. You could go on and on. Well, what is a critic? Foucault, whoever. That would be a critic, good or bad. Okay. Anyway, so apparently I wasn't clear enough with what is Aaron getting upset about. Would he be suing about? So let me try to clarify. Although Aaron's presentation, I don't think he was trying to lie to us, but it was a little confusing in places, so it's a little incoherent. So this is the way I understood it. The lawsuit, such as it is, if it does happen against Nora, will be mainly that he feels Nora has lied or misrepresented what he has done, is doing as the president of the SPTV Foundation. Well, again, I do think it's fair to say some statements Nora made about his tenure as the president of SPTV Foundation were, to put it, be very generous, stretching the truth. However, is there really a basis for a lawsuit? I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it, because with this kind of lawsuit, you have to prove two things. One, she lied, and also she had ill intent. It's not enough to say, oh, Nora has said she's trying to destroy my foundation. That begs the question, well, if the foundation is a fraud, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, granted, when Nora tries to get into why it's a fraud, it's a little sometimes weak. Like, let me give one example, and again, we're not even going to go in depth on the Jamie question, but I have to give a little background. So basically, Jamie has recommended a treatment where these ex-Scientologists and others get these shots, and apparently it does something to your nervous system. If you're a victim of trauma, it's extremely helpful, and he's been promoting it for some time. He does gain financially from it, so it's a little suspicious. Again, we're not really getting into Jamie himself. I mean, we're just stating that's what it is. So one of Nora's complaints is apparently people are asking for these shots, right, from Aaron, and that he pay for it, and apparently they're being rejected. And he says, I'm not sure about this. I don't think it's a good idea. This is not what the foundation is for. We're rejecting those applications. So Nora would consider that as a part of the fraud, right? You're not really helping people. You're rejecting them because you don't like Jamie anymore. So you're turning this into a very partisan foundation. Well, there in that case, whether the SPT Foundation should be paying for these controversial shots, because the data and theory, as far as I know, is still mixed. Maybe it does work. Maybe it doesn't. It's an expensive treatment. People have said they've done it. Like Nora, right? She's done it and says it's worked like a miracle. It's really, really helped her out. So it's a real thing. But it's like, well, we really don't know that. It's not whether it worked for Nora. The question is, scientifically, will it work in most cases? As far as we know, we don't know at this point in time. So is Aaron just being a good scientist and a good statistician and looking at probabilities? No. He's making a judgment call. He's saying, if you're looking for us to give you money for that, the answer will probably be no. Is that evidence of fraud? I think in that case, I don't think we know enough. I mean, again, why does Aaron deny the treatments? Does he hate Jamie? What is happening with them? I don't know. It seems a little weird and all over the place. But that is the basis of the lawsuit. Principally, or mainly, presumably if it does happen, that how he has worked or acted as the SPT Foundation president has been greatly maligned. He's been distorted, so on and so forth. And someone in the comment section asked about Liz. Well, I tried to explain this, but basically Liz went on the Cultology channel and was basically spilling the tea, spilling about a lot of tea of how, well, how does this work exactly? How did you get the money? How does it work? How much is it? It got really complicated with her because, yes, she wanted help for these various medical treatments, or some issues with the provider didn't like getting money a certain way. So it got very complicated. So I'm going to simplify. But as a part of the presentation, right, mainly it was an interview, but she gave some receipts. And one of them got Aaron upset that it distorted information. The cultology people have explained, yes, the information was distorted. It wasn't trying to lie or misrepresent. It's just the nature of YouTube. They have to try to block out certain things. So for the mode of presentation, it may have been misleading, but it wasn't intentionally. Like, Liz was not trying to lie about this. She was just giving, this is her experience. It was not a good experience with Aaron. She says, yes, he did try to give me money, but it seems like there were strings attached, which he didn't realize. So it felt like she was being manipulated. And Aaron is thinking about suing other people, not just Nora and Liz, but Stephanie Hutchinson and other people. But as far as I know, the main subject is him suing Nora, unless she complies with certain demands he's making. And we'll have to wait and see. Nora is sort of capitulating. She's sort of compromising already. She's taking a few videos off. So we'll wait and see if there's a full apology from Nora, or she's just going to, whatever's going to happen. But that's the basis of the possible lawsuit. Well, insofar as we think this is a thing, although, again, Aaron is cherry picking. Yes, at various times, Nora has lied, clearly. She put out information that was radically, to put it mildly, really iffy or problematic, but you just put it out there like it was a fact, and it's like, it wasn't a fact. You're just being lazy. However, there's a bigger issue, because in between this presentation about Nora and what he is suing over, he went off onto these tangents too, saying, and people are talking about me and my wife. I don't like that either. Well, okay, that's a separate subject. So it seems like what he's really angry about is people are going to sue the foundation, sue him over various issues. Right? Because definitely he's done enough that he could get into a lot of lawsuits. So maybe this is just preemptive action, like he's just protecting the foundation. It could be. But when he talked about his wife and his more, whatever you want to call it, personal life, it seems like what he really wants is the lawsuit to scare people off from not just the SBT Foundation, but stop talking about this or that subject. I don't see how that's going to work because, again, he's using these words, slander, libel. These are real legal terms, but they would not apply to his wife. Like, you would have to say something so incredibly false about Aaron's wife for it to be the basis of a lawsuit. Like, for instance, if I state, which I'm not going to do, but hypothetically, this is YouTube, this is a hypothetical, it didn't actually happen. If I say, for instance, that Aaron's wife is a serial killer, I cannot say that in all seriousness. So I'm saying repeatedly for YouTube, this is a hypothetical. I am not claiming this as a fact. I'm just using a hypothetical example. If Heather was this, right, etc., etc. Now, if she really was that, yes. But if she's not, if it's a rumor, right, the rumor is, right, Heather is this. Well, if I put it out as a fact, yes, Aaron can sue me over that, saying that is not true. That is simply not true. Heather is definitely not that. Correct, Aaron. That is something you could sue over. But me talking about how your wife possibly has been abused or manipulated or lied to, or she's being, coerced or persuaded to do things she might not want to do, so on and so forth, that is not something you would sue over. That is plausible. That has a basis. It has a factual basis, and I can show that factual basis. That is different. Legitimate speculative opinions are one thing. Outright lies are another. Right. Claiming Heather is a blue cartoon baboon or whatever, that's clearly fake. That's not true. Like, and most people know, like, you're just kidding around. Okay. That is not something you'd sue over. So why'd you bring up your wife? So it just seems like what Aaron is really trying to do is protect himself. Because the heat is on. The heat is no doubt on that people are looking for reasons to call the police, get a lawsuit going, and ask questions. And again, as a foundation president, he knows that's his responsibility. So I understand why he's going after Nora. Nora's an easy target, but like a lot of issues are being left dangled in the background. So honestly, to me, what is really occurring is that Aaron just wants a lot of criticism to go away. And the lawsuit is just a big symbol, if it actually happens, to scare people into being silent. Whether they're telling the truth or not. Right? Because he's definitely gone after one channel. I know, to the best of my knowledge, there's no lying on that channel. It's not slander. In fact, what Aaron was getting upset about is they were using clips of him over and over again. So they were literally using his own words to show he was lying. And he was like, oh, copyright. He wasn't saying slander. He wasn't saying libel. He was just saying, oh, okay, that's true, but I don't want people to hear that. The formal basis of the lawsuit is allegedly slander and libel, but I think the real basis of the lawsuit is, oh, you're telling the truth about Aaron, and he's getting really upset. Well, again, the obvious solution would be for Aaron to stop doing things that would generate a lawsuit against him or generate a criminal case against him. So basically, stop being a criminal, stop lying, stop being a fraud, and then people will stop calling your, quote, charity a fraud because, again, that's a plausible opinion. It's not slander. The way Nora did it, yes, maybe she's in real legal trouble. But the rest of us, who are a little bit more careful, we have legit questions and issues. And if he doesn't want to answer them, that's fine. But it's not slander to accuse him of fraud, given that he's done fraud in the past and may still be doing it.